I'm Mark Valvane. I'm the Chief Magistrate Judge. I was appointed in 2002, ran for election in 2004, and I was elected in a contested race in 2008. Didn't have any opposition, and I have opposition again this year, so I'm asking for your support. The reason you should vote for me is because of the things that I've done in my 10 years as Magistrate Judge and how I've run the court and how your staff there at Magistrate Court. I can't take much of the credit because they really deserve the credit to keep everything running so well. We did some things early on. I started online filing. We're the only court in Paulding County that lets you file online your complaints and your answers, which is a convenience to a lot of people. As more and more things go online, the court system in our state really has lagged behind in that regard. The State Bar of Georgia is working on improving that, but individual courts in different counties have done it, and in our county, it's the Magistrate Court that's done that. It really helps people. Second thing that I did that tremendously helps people and keeps our court moving quicker and more efficiently is to work with the 7th Judicial District to allow mediation in our civil cases. At no cost to the litigants, you can come in when you have a case and you file a case, and I'll talk about what Magistrate Court does, but a lot of our cases are people suing someone else for money because they believe the person owes them money for a breach of contract or a tort or something along those lines. Well, we send those cases out for an answers file to mediation. The people come in and meet with the mediator who helps to see if they can work something out without having to come to court. The benefit to that is that it speeds the process up for the litigants. They're able to work out an agreement that they like, that they can both be satisfied with, and it avoids them having to come to court, which usually ends up being a win-or-lose situation. Another thing that we do that a lot of citizens don't know about, because they're, especially y'all here probably have no idea about because you're not incarcerated ever, is that we're charged as magistrate judges to do the first appearance hearings for all the defendants that are incarcerated. We have to do those within 48 hours of them being arrested. 48 to 72 hours of them being arrested, depending on how they're arrested. In Douglas County and other counties, they ask the Sheriff's Department to bring every defendant to the courthouse. Every day they bring people to the courthouse that are arrested overnight. That's a tremendous cost to the Sheriff's Department. It's a security risk in transporting them back and forth, and it's a security risk to the public in that anybody might try to help them escape or something like that. We don't do that. We do them 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We either use closed circuit TV, which allows us to sit at the courthouse and do the hearings with the prisoners at the jail, or we go out to the magistrate judge goes out to the jail. 30 seconds already? But those are the things that I've done, big things that I've done to help us move along. The budget in recent years has been restricted because of the economic situation we're in, and I just want to make sure you know that we work really diligently to make sure that we're taking care of every dollar that comes from the county. It's all taxpayer money, and we try to spend it as wisely as possible. So I'm just asking for your support, and I'm going to stop. Campaign that I do want to bring up, as Rose said, many of you were here back in March, I think it was, with the Republican Women put on the Judicial 101 Conference. Judge Blackwell spoke at that and did real well, and many of you may not know yet, but I mentioned that Justice Carley was going to be, Justice Hunstein was going to step aside as Chief Justice and let Justice Carley be Chief Justice for about a month or so that when he retired at the end of this month, or at the end of next month, that he could say he had done that. Well, he is retiring at the end of July, and Governor Deal has appointed a new justice, and he appointed Judge Blackwell to be Justice Blackwell. And, Rose is saying about appointing good people into positions like that is really important, and Governor Deal has done a great job with that. And so if we get the chance to have Justice Blackwell come back out, you'll see he's really well qualified and he was a great judge for a short period of time, and he's going to be a great justice for a long period of time.
Thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it. Let's go to Justin Rowland, Board of Education at Laurie.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Justin Rowland. I'm running for Board of Education at large here in Paulding County. I've been a resident of Paulding County for 25 years, and I have been through the Paulding County school system K-12 State University in Jacksonville, Alabama as a dual enrollment student, which I graduated a sophomore in college at my high school graduation. I have been employed with Cobb County government for the past going on 8 years in state court administration, where I work in federal administration working in our probation office. Throughout doing that, I've worked with the ADAD program that's hosted by the Cobb County School System, the Alcohol and Drug Awareness Program with our state court director, Frank Baker. During that time, I've also been involved with my Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta, where I have taught 7 to 9-year-olds in Sunday school about prosperity and abundance and all kinds of things, which stems back to my Bachelor's of Administration degree with finance with concentration in business law from Kennesaw State University. I'm continuing to do my education for a Master's of Business Administration and Public Administration, also through Cobb County and Kennesaw State University. One of the things that I've noticed that come up with a big topic I've done a lot of research on, thanks to some wonderful organizations, is I really do support school choice here in Paulding County. It is a growing topic. I do believe that parents need to have this choice, and it's very essential and crucial for the kids as well. I wish I had that choice when I was going through the school system myself. I think it really would have enhanced education. Being with my financial background, we all know that when there's more competition, quality tends to go up. And with my experience in the state court administration, everybody has budget issues. I've been able to utilize my degree system in the courtroom and in the courthouse. With Cobb County, we had some budget issues. We had to take some furlough days, and that includes state court under the judges. So I've implemented that, and I understand that Paulding County school system does have a deficit, which they're working on at the moment, and it's very crucial to get that under hand. Again, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to come and speak with you this morning. I have a Facebook website. It's Justin Rowland, BOE Paulding County. I'll be around if you have any questions, and I would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Sorry it's hot in here. We didn't get the key for the air. Let's go with Melissa Morrison for State Representative District 19.
Thank you for having me here this morning. After listening to your speech, I am empowered some, and I want to bring up about 3 E's. There's another one. There is a 4th E called ethics. And I think this starts there, and it's really important that everybody studies and finds out who they're putting into office. I think this is really was a wonderful speech, and thank you for it. I am here, have been here in Paulding County for almost 30 years, a business owner, international business, and my main background is bringing in business to the county. My business, when it was here, we did about $3 million a year in sales. We had about 25 employees. And it was up to me to go out of this country and find products that we could build. This brings in new money into the county, and this is what Paulding County needs right now. We need new money to create better jobs. These are some of the things I want to work on in Paulding County. Downtown, there are bills that need to be worked on, a lot of them. A lot of bills that need revamping, that I feel that we can do better at. Educating the Republican Party, I wanted to bring this up. Up until the 1990s, around 96 and 98, Paulding County was all Democrat. The state of Georgia was. And the Republican Party has done a wonderful job to educate people. And we need to continue to educate, to bring these people back to where they are more conservative, knowledgeable to what is going on and what we do need to do. And I want to thank you so much for your time.
stands and all, let's get this. Okay, Paulette Braddock for State Representative District 31. No, 19, sorry. I know my district really is.
Thanks for having us this morning, and thanks all for coming out. I had a good first session. We've done a lot of good conservative legislation. I co-sponsored things like drug testing for welfare recipients, and we got that passed. I have been focusing on things that would create a climate in Georgia to bring jobs to our state, and it's working. We've had a lot of new company announcements this year, and we've actually started bringing jobs to Paulding County. So we've got a lot of good companies that have, well, a couple that have already committed to come, and a lot of good companies that we're talking to about coming to Paulding County. So a lot of exciting things there. And my background is, as an entrepreneur in business, and so I think I bring a unique perspective on, things that are going to help drive business and create a climate that companies are going to want to do business in Georgia. So I think we're off to a great start. We've done things like tax reform, a good first step. We've cut taxes, but we're just getting started on that. There's some pro-gun legislation that we co-sponsored that didn't come through, but I want to continue working on that. And I would appreciate your vote on July 31st. Thank you.
Any comment? Jason Rogers for State Senate.
First, it's good to see Rose come out. I've worked around Rose for a long time, and she did a great job in Murdoch County. My name's Jacob Rogers. I know a lot of you personally. I did want to go over some things that are fact-based. Number one, in one of our districts, 33% of our major city is in poverty. 20% are using food stamps. 43% of the kids at one of our biggest high schools didn't pass the 12th grade. We've lost 25% of our income potential over the last 10 years. Okay, I have a plan to fix these things that we can implement right away. We're last in foreclosures in the country. I look forward to talking to you about that plan. The main thing is, I'm not trying to blame any one person, I'm not trying to blame any one group, but what I am trying to do is start a conversation about how to fix the things that we're going through. And that's my main focus, is doing something that will help people right away. Please go to electjkrogers.com. Also, JK for Senate on Facebook. I have military experience. I'm the Chief Investigator for the Prosecutor's Office. And also call me anytime, 770-865-8163, and I appreciate your support.
You guys are really rocking through the time.
I took bars on the back top.
We'll measure back up. Laurie Ruth on behalf of Bill. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that I'm standing here before you, you can tell I'm nervous, I'm sure, but the fact that I'm standing here tells you how strongly I feel about my husband Bill Careeth's campaign. And I wrote some notes this morning. I'm not a professional speaker like these other folks. My family and friends will be shocked that I came before you today. I want to tell you about a few of the attributes that will make Bill Careeth a great senator. Bill Careeth is honest to a fault. If you do not want to hear the truth, don't ask him. And he does not tolerate less than complete honesty from others. Bill Careeth is fair. As a commissioner, as an employer, he has a reputation for treating everyone with fairness and respect. And when elected, Bill Careeth treats each and every citizen in the 31st District the same way. Bill Careeth is committed He cares deeply about where we live, and he will work hard to make improvements for our family and for your family. He's running for all the right reasons. Bill Caruth has the knowledge and experience required to do this job right. He has experience as an employer, he has experience in government, in the local level, the state level, and he knows how to get things done. Now, I'm not a fan of politics for obvious reasons, but I gave Bill my blessing to run for one reason. I know he will do a great job. It's not easy to get good people on the ballot these days. And at this point, I'd like to tell Mr. Rogers how much I appreciate the way you've conducted yourself during this campaign. Like my husband, you're focusing on the issues rather than personal attacks, and I thank you. As far as I can tell, no one likes dirty politics and negative campaigning. Political experts will tell you that if you're behind the polls, you have to go negative, which leads me to believe we must be up in the polls.
We're talking about it.
Okay, I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it. But the campaign has turned negative. Okay. I would like to tell you about some of the phone calls I received yesterday, but I'm going to skip that and let you know that the voters have one clear choice, and that is Bill Caruth. He's the best person to represent us in the 31st District. Thank you for your time. I would like to ask anyone who would like to find out the real truth to contact Bill on his website or by phone. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Bill Heath.
Well, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you again this morning. And Rose, I think you made a very good point here. One of the things that is very important for us to do as voters is to educate ourselves. That is, that's an issue that's very hard to do. Most folks do not have the time or the resources, frankly, to learn all that they need to learn about candidates. So with that in mind, I was just going to go through a quick list. When we're talking about education, I think it's important to look, if you don't have the knowledge about an issue, look to others who have the resources to track issues and to keep up with things. And so I just wanted to share with you a list of endorsements that I have gotten this year. The first of which is the NRA. I got their A+ rating. Have consistently gotten the highest rating that the NRA offers every election cycle. GeorgiaCarry.org announced their endorsements last night, or at least I got my email from them last night. They too are endorsing the campaign. Georgia Right to Life, for those of you who are very interested, and I'm sure that most of you, if not all of you, are very interested in our Right to Life. They have endorsed my campaign again. I'm the only candidate in this race that has been endorsed by them, and I, like the NRA, have consistently gotten their endorsements. National Federation of Independent Businesses has endorsed the campaign again. The American Conservatives Union. How many of you have ever heard of that before? Maybe a half a dozen folks. I frankly had not heard of that until I got an email from them that said that they were going to present me with the Defender of Liberty Award. That is their highest award, 100% rating from them. They've been rating Congress since back in the 60s. And so a very conservative group there. Americans for Prosperity, 100% score on the issues that they track. The Georgia Chamber, 100% from them as well. So some of the other issues, Hope, I've been a defender of our Hope Scholarship forever. I've voted on that many times to protect the Hope Scholarship. Taxes is something I've been very interested in over the years. I have been on the Senate Finance Committee the whole time I've served in the state Senate, and my issue has been to lower taxes, to flatten our taxation, and to make our taxation simple enough so that you know what taxes that you're paying. This past year, or earlier this year, we passed the tax reform bill that Representative Braddock mentioned, $262 million tax cut over the first 3 years, including elimination of the birthday tax, energy used in manufacturing, preserve the seniors exemption. On and on and on. We also passed the zero-based budgeting bill, and I will just touch on ethics. We have passed a number of ethics bills. It seems like when we do it, we end up causing about as many problems as we create. Ethics is extremely important, and that starts right in the ballot box by electing as the people. I would appreciate your support on July 31. God bless you.
Thanks for having me here today. I'm sorry I was a little late. It's amazing how interesting my life has gotten over the past week or so. Has anybody received a flyer with some pictures of me on it in the last? No? Okay. Well, we talked about transparency and ethics up here, and I was very shocked to realize that a couple years ago, Senator John Wiles produced a bill, or passed a bill, that would remove any knowledge of or responsibility of sending mailers. So basically anybody can send out negative mailers and attack people who are good people who are running for office. And so we've had to deal with that a little bit this week, but I'm glad you didn't receive mailers that were full of lies and innuendo and stuff. But if we're gonna push to have elect people who are for transparency and ethics, we have to have transparency and ethics in campaigning. It is absurd that we can attack people, and so basically we're encouraging the best slick person to get into office and then expect them to be transparent and ethical. So if you hear about that, please give me a call. I'm on my website. My cell number's on my website. I'll be glad to sit down and talk to you about any of that that comes out. But my name is Mike Miller. I'm an attorney from Douglasville. I've got a small practice over there. I employ people from Douglas County, Carroll County, and Paulding County. And I think that's the distinction between me and my opponents. My opponents have been bureaucrats and elected politicians and worked for big companies all their life. I'm a small businessman, and I provide jobs. I understand what this new economy has done to small business people, and I understand how hard it is to make that payroll sometimes. And sometimes you have to go without, the boss has to go without pay to make other people make sure their families are taken care of. So I understand the dynamics with that. I've served the last 3.5 years on the Douglas County School Board. If you check my record on the Douglas County School Board, I've attacked corrupt, good old boy, cronyism, for lack of a better word, and I've saved, I can quantitatively say that we have saved at least $3 million by coming in, removing an unscrupulous banker who was charging the taxpayers way too much money, removing an unscrupulous lawyer who was charging us way too much money, and put into place good quality representation and protected the taxpayer. Am I running out of time? Yeah, 20 seconds. Well, I represent the southeastern, I would hope to represent the southeastern portion of Paulding County in the Taylor Farm Park District. My cell number's on there. I'm completely transparent. Anybody who wants to talk to me about any issue, I'll be glad to. I believe scrutiny is essential to the political process, but I also want you to stand up like a person and talk to me in my face instead of attacking me from an anonymous mail. So please call me. I look forward to representing you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
I didn't want to speak. I just wanted to say thank you. I know so many of you in this room do so much for education, and you know, I know there's a fever pitch of politics going on right now, but school starts back for our community beginning of August, and you know, there's so many opportunities and challenges there, and you know, for so many of our children, that is their haven. That's, you know, they eat 3 meals a day there now, and they're happy to be there, and it hurts them to go home. So, you know, I'd be remiss do for education in Paulding and do for our system and for our teachers and especially for our children. And I just wanted to remind you that, you know, they'll be starting that journey again in the next month, and we appreciate all that you do. And I did want to say that, you know, this vetting process is so important to our community. I know in 2004, I attended a candidate training in Cobb County, sponsored by the Cobb Republican Women. The first time I ran for office over there. And part of that process was that it discouraged some people from running for office because it gave them a real idea of what it would take, what the process was like. And some people decided, you know, I can't do this, this isn't for me. But then you had other folks like myself who said, you know what, I can do this, I can actually, you know, serve. And that is a crucial first step in the vetting process. And I think, you know, that process helps you get better candidates. It helps you get people on the other side who are committed to it because they know, you know, from experience and they know from the beginning, these are the things that it will take from me and my family to complete this race. And so I say thank you for that as well. And that's all I want to say.